So, although it may look a mess around here, we're actually in the middle of building work, so we've just had to re-site a few things. Now, the postman or whoever's delivering comes up there and for a short-term basis are going to be putting the mail in that brown store box there. And what I want to do is to be able to see, does it go in, and if anybody comes up and takes something that they shouldn't be doing. Hence the need for this wireless camera. Right, so the bracket's already up on the wall outside, but that's the fixed adjustable bracket. What I'm going to go through with you is not so much the setup of it, because it's already on two phones, so I can't show you that. But how you will go about using it, charging it, and the micro SD card. So this is the Lemnoi completely wireless camera. There's your PIR, obviously that's your lens there. If you switch it over to the back, the other bracket that you get with it is this one. You get a 3M self-adhesive pad that goes on the back of it, and then this is metal, and just watch what happens now. That is really solid. That's not going anywhere. You can shake that around and it's not coming off. So you'd use this on an internal wall or an interior wall. The one that I've actually got, that's on an external wall. I'm going to use this because it's completely wireless. When I finish using it for the purpose that I'm using it for, which is obviously to monitor the mail being put in the temporary container, when I finish that, I can just have this anywhere in the house. And like I say, just if you want to recharge it, simply just pull it off. Let's pop that to one side. Because it's waterproof, you've got a silicone plug on the bottom. Take that off, and then if we have a look at this now, you've got the micro SD card slot up at the top. You've got the micro USB charging port there, and then you've got your on-off button and a reset point. Now, because it's a micro USB charging point, I have those all over the house. So, although you get one with it, I won't be using that. I've already charged it up on another one that I've got. You do get, as part of it, wall plugs, screws, and a reset pin there. I've used different wall plugs, some that I already had because I knew what size drill bit to use on those, and I didn't on the ones supplied. And then obviously the all important thing, a micro SD card. Now this is 64 gig, this one. It does go up to 128, and the important thing about it is, and I'll tell you now because I suffered this on a wired wireless one that I've got in the garage. What you've got to do is pop it in before you turn it on, because the process of turning it on actually registers the card in it. If you turn it on then put the card in, it just won't record anything and you'll be scratching your head as to why not. So I've got it charged. I've got the bracket on the outside. I've already got it, as I say, on two phones. I've got it on the one that's recording, which is a Samsung S10 Plus, and I've also got it on my wife's iPhone XS. So if we open that up, there's the Cloud Edge there. We can see the app, and we'll go through this in a minute. Okay, so to put the app on the phone and to register it, all you do, open up the booklet that comes with it. You've got your Android and your Apple Store links through the QR codes. Scan it, go to it, download it, and it's a really simple app. It took about 2 minutes to do. First of all, it tells you to obviously download the app. Then it tells you to switch the device on. It asks you to sign into your Wi-Fi network, and then it just registers the two and it's on. When I put it onto the second device again, because it was already registered, because I'd done my email and a password and I'd set an account up, all it simply was then was just a case of putting the app onto the other phone, and putting my details in, and it came on straight away. Anyway, so we've got the micro SD card in, it's all charged up. Let's put the plug back on. I'll go and pop it onto the bracket that's already installed outside, and then we'll go through the app itself. That's what it screws onto, by the way. So you've got your two. You've got that one, which is self-adhesive and will go onto the wall, and you can have it at any angle that you want. Or you've got that one for the external. So what we need to do, or what I need to do, is put the camera or the bracket up on the wall up there, so that it's facing down to where the delivery people come and pop in here. Now, I've got the app on this phone as well as on the camera that's recording now. So I'm going to go up here. Health and safety is no issue. I'm going to go up, I'm going to see which is going to give me the best angle, and then I'll mark off on the wall. So, get that. Thank you. Right. Okay, happy with that. Mark off on the wall. Right, that's that. Just get that drilled. Use the plugs that come with it, and then get the bracket up. And then that's all done. Right, so I'm not going to use the plugs that came supplied with it. I'm going to use these, mainly because I know what size masonry bit to use. So it's a 5mm masonry bit. Obviously, there's 3 of them. Really easy to do this. Now, I could have used a self-adhesive pad, but I didn't want to use that because I may be using the camera somewhere else inside at some point. And also, that camera there, that hasn't been in use for about 10 years. It's old technology, it's wired. I had about 4 around the house, but as I say, none of them work anymore. Right, that's the plugs in. Take that out. Put the drill bit in. Get the screws. Put it onto the screw mode. Get the torque settings really low if you're using that. Also, it'll be easier if you take that off. And that is how simple it is. That back on, get the screw back in, so that's tight now. What you do is screw it on a bit and then screw the underneath up there. That tightens it. get the phone again. So you can see. And just change the angle to suit. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. That just took a few minutes to do that. Right, great. Done. Right then, so let's go through the app. As I say, it's already running on the Samsung S10, but I've put it on my wife's just so that we can both make use of the camera. If you go to the app, there, Cloud Edge, click on it. I'm already signed in. Right, so that's the view, the live view as we're looking at it. And if I turn it on its side, there we go, we get a full screen. If you have a look down here, it's got standard definition. So if we click on that, you can choose high definition. Let's bring it up, see if you can see the difference. It does actually make quite a difference when you... Just to be able to click on it properly. There we go. Right, so that's standard definition zoomed in. Sorry, that's high definition zoomed in. We'll go back to standard definition. So quite a bit of difference there. It does record in high definition onto the SD card though. So if we have a look at the bottom, whatever you're looking at there on that screen, you can record it, you can take a snapshot, or you can talk to whoever's there. If you put your finger on it, put your finger on it, hold to talk, so you can have a conversation with whoever's out there and they can talk, but you can hear back obviously. We'll just turn the volume up because there were birds on it earlier on. No, there's no birds around there at the moment. Right, okay, so let's go back. Right, here's your main screen. So live picture, you can go into history. Now this is what's recorded on your SD card. So you can play whatever's on there, you can move it around. Oh, there you go. So let's just get rid of that. So that's me with the camera just laid down while I'm fixing the bracket to the wall. Move it to somewhere else. Let's go outside now. I think my son's just gone out, see if we can get him there. I think the one thing that I would say about this is I'm getting lots of notifications of the PIR being moved. So I'm going to have a look around here just to see whether or not I can prevent anything when it's windy, because it's quite windy outside. You can also save things to the cloud, but I'm not signed up to the cloud yet, so I don't want to activate that. And if we go back again, so post is the actual camera that's looking where the post is posted by the postman or lady. You can obviously have lots of other devices on there. You can add devices. So this is what you use when you're adding the camera. There's the doorbell, the battery camera, the floodlight camera, or a network video recorder. So there's lots from this manufacturer. If we go back again, go into messages down at the bottom there. System messages. So there are none there. Alarm messages. So these are all the alerts that it's sent through. There you go. Have a look at this one. That's just taking a snapshot, isn't it? What else have we got on there? This is when I've been setting it up. Lots and lots on there. And they're available on any device, basically, that you're logged in on. Friends, haven't invited anybody. Me, this is basically me. If you go into pictures and videos, this is what you've actually recorded to the device. So if you ever look on that other screen where you could video or where you could take snapshots, if you see something you think, oh, I want to keep that on this device, you just press that and it actually keeps it on the phone that you're on. And that's basically it. Log out. In-app alert sound, you can turn that off so you don't get the noise coming up all the time. This is what's been recorded so far. When you think about it, I've got 64 gig on that card, so there's an awful lot that it can record. Let's just go back to devices and just see it again. There we go. Just one last look at it. Oh, you've obviously got your battery indicator there, and up to 120 days, and then back into HD. So that's absolutely fantastic. You've got your date and your time up there. Does exactly what I want it to do.